What's going on, bulls? We got some important updates going on today. Welcome to Daily Crypto Bull. We're going to look at some Ripple stuff. We're going to look at some Cardano stuff. Cardano, however you want to say it, potato. As well as, of course, check the markets on Bitcoin and Ethereum and provide some insights on there. So Vitalik's here. Ethereum's pumping. It did go all the way down to, well, let's go to the market real quick. So here we are in trading view. It did end up getting all the way down to almost 3,100. It's been dumping for the past, ever since it hit, ever since it got above 3,300, it just got flatlined up here, and then it dropped down to the low 32s, tried to come back up, then it dropped again, and it ended up getting down here to about the 31s. I think we are going back up, though. I mean, obviously, in the short term, we're going back up here. We got this resistance going on, as you can see, lining up with all of this. This resistance going on around 3250-ish. I think our next resistance level is probably 3,300 after that. And then it's like, well, how high do we go? Because I think after that, if we can get above 3,300, I think we're going to set a new high for this portion of the bull run. I think we got a good chance to get into 34. And that could all happen by the end of the day, at least by tomorrow. Let's go to Bitcoin real quick. So Bitcoin's been doing the same. If you pull it back, ever since it hit above the 48,000, and then it dipped back down to low 46s, climbed its way back up to a high of about 47.5, dipped back down to about 45.5, which is a strong spot actually of support for Bitcoin. And now it's pumping back up. We are well north of 46. We're at 46.6 right now. 46.7 actually is what it's showing me down here. So good stuff going on. I think same thing with Ethereum. With Bitcoin, I think the next level it's got to get through is right around here, around 47 to 47.5. And then it can get back up to 48, and that'll be another resistance. But I think, again, just like when Ethereum gets to 33, and I think Ethereum is going to go above 34. I think Bitcoin, when it gets to 48, I think it's going to make a good push for 49. And buddy, when we get to 50 with Bitcoin, that's going to bring a whole new set of eyeballs and watch for more pumping. So I still think it's a good time to get in while we're down. I put some longs in this morning, and those have been working out pretty well. Let's dive into some news. Actually, before we do that, let's take a check on the Ethereum burn. As you know, the Ethereum London hard fork happened, EIP 1559 on August 5th. What that means is Ethereum, a portion of all the fees from every Ethereum transaction now gets burned, goes in the garbage, gone forever, which has a significant effect on the supply. And as you know, supply and demand ratios, the higher the demand, the lower the supply, the higher the price. So demand right now is going up. We're going to dive into that actually in a second. We'll show you some interesting statistics about how demand is going up, you'll see. And obviously the supply is going down because this burn here means that the supply of new Ethereum coming into the system is significantly diminished. So that drastically affects the supply, and the demand is going up, hence Ethereum price going up. How long will it go up? I think we still got a lot of room, but none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing with you my opinions and my thoughts as a guy that spends a lot of time looking at the crypto market. I'm not a financial advisor, making that very clear. Let's dive into the first piece of news. So for the first time in 3 months, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index shows extreme greed. If you're not familiar with the Fear and Greed Index, I'll show you the chart actually real quick what the Fear and Greed Index looks like if you've never seen it. The more the fear, typically the lower the price. The more the greed, typically the higher the price. Greed equal bullishness, fear equal bearishness. So Bitcoin for the first time in nearly 3 months has gone into extreme greed territory. Big deal. So that's what I was talking about back there when I was talking about the supply and demand and the stats showing the demand going up, because the extreme greed means that people want it, demand going up. The fear and greed really is it's not a supply and demand indicator, but it is, I would say, a strong piece of the demand indicator, okay? So this estimates the general feelings in regards to the primary cryptocurrency by several aspects. It includes surveys, volatility, volume, social media comments, and more. So it's a bunch of data that goes into calculating the fear and greed index. And I find it to be very useful in terms of sentiment and helping me determine demand, because the more demand there is, as long as supply isn't going up like crazy, the more demand there is, the more the price goes up. The lower demand is, the lower the price goes. Of course, if supply is coming in like crazy, then that's going to lower the price. If supply is becoming thinner and thinner, that's going to push the price up. And if you couple those two together, demand going up, supply going down, perfect storm of a bull market. Low demand, high supply, perfect storm of a bear market. And if you're a trader like I am, you make money when the market goes up, and you make money when the market goes down, as long as you get it right. By the way, let's get into Ethereum real quick. Their Ethereum's Fear and Greed Index, which is basically the same as Bitcoin. It's very close. It's not quite there, but it's very close to the state of extreme greed, as I think it really should be, because Ethereum has almost doubled since its low back in mid-July, which was in the high 1700s, where we've gotten above 3,300. It's almost doubled. So and with EIP 1559, like we talked about, the burning of the fees, the burning of Ethereum, the supply going down, demand going up, it makes, I feel like the fear and greed index, the greed should be even higher for Ethereum, because right now it's greed, not extreme greed, but it's very, very close to getting to extreme greed. So what does on-chain say about Bitcoin's price? So the Bitcoin supply in digital asset exchanges has dropped substantially. This is very significant. This is about the supply and the demand. It's not just about how much exists. It's about how much is available. Just because 18 million Bitcoin exist doesn't mean 18 million Bitcoin are available. You know what I mean? Like if all 18 million Bitcoin, everyone that has them just says, no, I'm not selling. Well, that's just going to drive up the price big time, because the demand is there, probably even higher, and the supply is nothing because no one's selling. No one wants to sell. So the price has to keep going up to motivate people to want to sell. So it's dropped substantially in the past 2 weeks. So as the price is going up, digital exchanges supply is going down. This is where people mostly buy and sell their Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and Ripple and everything. Although Ripple, we'll get into that in a second. There's a big piece of Ripple that I'm going to have to talk about that's a big deal. So we'll get into that in a second. As traders move more of their funds into cold wallets, which is off exchanges, they hold them in like a thing that looks like a USB drive, which is really what a cold wallet is, not a USB drive. It just looks like a little USB drive. And this HODL, hold on for dear life mentality, mitigates the risk of future large sell-offs occurring. So this chart is pretty rad. The purple indicates Bitcoin's exchange supply. It continues dropping considerably. And as this supply keeps going down, the price should keep going up, because the demand is certainly going up. We see the greed going up. We see the volume going up, but we see the supply going down. Okay? Therefore, even after Bitcoin's 60% surge in 3 weeks, Santiment as a person, said there's a sign that Bitcoin will approach all-time high, ETH, all-time high levels again as exchange inflows stay dormant. In other words, more Bitcoin is coming off of exchanges than in. So that was that. Very, very important to pay attention to, because it's not just about how many are out there. There's a lot that goes into supply and there's a lot that goes into demand. But if you can just focus on supply and demand, in my opinion, you will be good. But there's multiple factors that go into supply and multiple factors that go into demand. On to the next article. Ripple. Here we go. This is what I wanted to talk about too. Ripple explodes 60% on the week, surpassing $1.30. You could have bought this for well under $1. Probably in the 70 cents, 70, 80 cents for sure, but I think 70 cent range, 80 cent range for sure, just a week ago. That's quite an amazing gain. So other alts have gone up a lot too. For instance, Cardano here, went up 40% on a weekly. I bought some Cardano around $1.70. It's went well over $2. I'm very happy with that so far. I actually bought more today. These other altcoins, the big ones like Polkadot, Uniswap, Solana, Litecoin, screw Litecoin, Chainlink, and Matic are all down today in the 24-hour period, not for the week, just for the 24-hour period. But in contrast, Ripple has surged about 9% on the 24-hour scale at the time of them writing this, which is today. And they got the kind of, what's this called here? Oh, I forget what it's called. Anyways, you see Ripple's the biggest gainer in the last 24 hours of this in the main altcoins. We're not going deep into the top 1,000. We're talking about the bigger altcoins, the more established ones, Ripple being the top. And by the way, Cardano became, well, we'll get into Cardano in a second. Hold on for all you ADA gang. But right now we're with the Ripple army, the XRP army. That's about all I got for there. So now let's move on to Cardano. Of course, if you didn't know, if you're living under a rock, Cardano announced on Friday, Charles Hoskinson, the founder, he announced when the Alonzo will happen, which is when smart contracts become live. It won't become live to the public, but they will start using smart contracts on Cardano, which is long anticipated. And the date will be September 12th. So a little less than a month from right now. It was about exactly a month from when he announced it, 30 days from when he announced it, which was the 13th of August on Friday. Today's Sunday, the 15th of August. So September 12th, the Alonzo fork will happen, and smart contracts will be on Cardano, but not used for the public. They're going to use a very small, about 50 people to really test it out live, and then they're going to expand to the next phase of Alonzo, and then finally the third phase of Alonzo, which will make it public, where you and I can start using it. That is very, very, very bullish for Cardano. Actually, today I bought a bunch more of Cardano, over $2, because I don't care, because I think Cardano is going to get to like $8 by the time this bull runs over. So I think it's a really good place to put my money. None of this financial advice. These are my own opinions, my own decisions. Doing what I do doesn't guarantee you anything. Cardano also became the world's third largest crypto by market cap. It passed Tether. Okay? Cardano is now the third largest after Bitcoin and Ethereum. That means something. ADA's price has swelled 46.5%, pushing the asset's market cap to $65 billion ahead of Binance Coin and Tether. I want to go back to Ripple real quick, because one thing I want to say about Ripple is they've been involved in this SEC battle for a while now, but they're winning, and they've been winning, and they're going to win. Once that happens, Ripple's already going up like this, despite that going on, the SEC battle, and despite you can't even buy Ripple on Coinbase or Voyager right now because of this SEC thing. I mean, they used to sell it, obviously, but as of for a little while, they haven't been selling it. So these prices of Ripple are flying up, being the top gainer. And you can't even buy them on the major exchanges like Coinbase. You can't even buy it on Coinbase. And it's still going up. Imagine when the SEC battle is done and Ripple gets to just say, haha, SEC, we won. And that's not the vote of confidence that goes into Ripple after they beat the SEC. And when it comes back on major exchanges like Coinbase. I mean, if you think this is a good gain, and frankly, I expect the SEC battle for Ripple to be over next month, probably mid next month. I wouldn't doubt if it ends around Cardano's Alonzo and smart contract launch, because there's more strings going on in even the crypto world than you or I can really imagine. And I think that timing these things, there is intelligence that goes behind them to a degree. And I think Ripple will be done in about a month with this SEC thing. They'll get back on the exchanges, and I think the price we're at right now is absolutely nothing. I think Ripple can go well above $10 by the time this bull runs over. Maybe by October. Yeah, that's where I'm at on that. So that's what I got for you today. That's some big news, because we are moving into an altcoin season also. So sure, Ethereum and Bitcoin are going up. That is fantastic. They drive the market. Bitcoin drives the market, and then Ethereum after it, and then the altcoins. So we got Cardano at number 3. We got Ripple in the top 10. I can't remember what number it's at right now. And things are going up. I bought some Matic this morning too. I was going to buy some Ripple, but then I realized, oh yeah, it's not on Coinbase, so I need to come home because I was just going to buy it on Coinbase. It's not where I usually buy stuff, but it's cheap, and I was like, I'm just going to buy a bunch of it. I don't care. I usually buy it on Voyager because it's free to buy it there. There's no fees, and there's typically interest by having it in that wallet. But you can't buy it on Voyager either, so I just haven't come home. Well, I'm home now, but I haven't went on, probably go on Bittrex to buy it. I would buy it on Binance, but Binance, they're know your customer. Like, I have submitted 1 billion times and they keep rejecting me, and it's just driving me insane. Bittrex I can just buy on, so I'll probably just do that. But watch out. I mean, some serious money can be made with altcoins. I mean, there are multiple altcoins that went up 100x plus in this bull run since basically January. Multiple. And a ton of it's just, there's so much money to be made in altcoins, but you got to be careful. They are less stable than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but boy, they can fly up a lot more than Bitcoin and Ethereum because their market caps are just smaller. You know, when Bitcoin's price doubles, if it goes from 30 to 60, I mean, that means its market cap went from 700 billion to 1.5 trillion. That's a lot of money. But for Cardano to go from $1 to $2, it's just got to go from like 40 billion to 80 billion. I think it's bigger than that. Let's go to CoinMarketCap real quick and take a look at that. I should have had that up for you earlier. I apologize. Be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button because I'm here to bring you the latest news and updates and help you make money in crypto. Yeah, 70. So it bottomed out at $1. $1 in mid-July when this whole run started. So it was maybe about 30 billion, and now it's up to 70. Look at the space. See, market caps are such an important thing to look at because it's so much harder for Bitcoin to double than it is for Cardano to double. It's hard to get another $880 billion into Bitcoin, where it's not near as hard to get another 70 billion into Cardano, especially as Bitcoin goes up. These percentages, like Bitcoin goes up 6.5, Ethereum goes up 9, Cardano can go up 50. And it doesn't even make a dent in this total market cap because the number is just so much smaller than these two. Same thing with Ripple down here at 60. I mean, you could have got Ripple. Kicking myself for not buying more, but I'm going to buy more now. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go and buy some more. I bought some Matic, which I felt was a really good deal. Polygon right here. Its market cap's only at 9 point. There's all kinds of stuff going on in Polygon. More and more NFTs are going on there. There's a lot. There's a lot of good things going on in Polygon, in my opinion. vechain I love. Chainlink I love. Binance Coin I love. Ethereum Classic and Litecoin can kind of go away. Solana I love. Uniswap I love. PancakeSwap I love. Doge I don't love. I'm sorry if you're a Doge enthusiast, but Doge has no use. It's just completely. It's only. I don't know. Doge is going to have a very hard fall eventually. Very hard fall. But that's what I got for you today. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We are still full on in this bull market. I still think good chance Bitcoin can get to 100,000. I think. We're going to do it in another video soon, but I'm going to show you what I think Ethereum can get to, and it's based off some pretty shocking stuff, such as put and call options, if you know what they are. The most popular bought call option by institutions. Call meaning that you expect the price to go up, and you pick a strike price, where you think the price is going to go, and you pick a time frame. So by institutions, these are professional investors. The most common call option bot was Ethereum to 50,000 by March. That's been the most popular call option purchased by institutions. Insane. I don't think there's a chance Ethereum gets to 50,000, but it makes me really by March, but it really makes me rethink this. Because the reason that they're pushing it out to that they're betting in that time, because they think ETH 2.0 will launch. And when ETH 2.0 actually gets launched, as long as it goes on without a hitch, there will be some insane gains because it will become a deflationary asset, meaning that every single day Whoops, sorry about that. Every single day, more Bitcoin or more Ethereum will be burned than created, meaning that the supply of Ethereum will every single day go down. Yeah, that's insane. Nothing else does that, not even Bitcoin. Bitcoin will eventually stop in the year 2140, I think. Big deal. All right, that's what I got for you today. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.